The reality is, when you've gone through all that we've gone through, this part's actually quite simple, okay? Now, I don't know of a better way to set up why we need a cool offer other than a really cool video. So we're actually going to dive into this real quick. And I know a lot of you guys have seen this before, but actually a lot of you have not. We're going to cue a video here. Best video ever.
Oh, I'm so excited our mall finally got an A&M.
Hello, credit card debt.
Guys, get down!
Okay.
That was close.
What is wrong with you?
There's a kiosk right in front of the A&M.
So?
Oh, it's worse than I thought. He's selling hand lotion.
Why is that bad?
Because the more useless the product, the more aggressive the salesman, Whitney. It's kiosk Darwinism.
Don't you think you're being overly dramatic?
That guy's really good. I don't even have hands.
That was disturbing. What do we do?
I'll go.
No!
Don't worry, I'll be back, but not before I get you that adorable spring jacket and matching blouse.
I'll walk you through it, Jeremy. What's your number?
You don't have my phone number? We've been friends since the 2nd grade.
It's a new phone.
You've got everyone else's number.
Okay, guys, let's just do this.
Fine.
All right, buddy. Stay sharp.
Oh, so now I'm your buddy, huh?
Stay focused. Whatever you do, do not make eye contact. Look to the sides, Jeremy. The sides are your friend. Let your eyes linger in the wings. Okay, good job. Now, avert your eyes, Jeremy. Avert them. Avert. You have to keep moving your legs, though, Jeremy. Keep moving.
Lotion?
Jeremy? You there? Talk to me, buddy. You still with me, buddy? Say something.
Jeremy, baby, are you okay?
It happened so fast. I couldn't say no.
I'm going in.
No, it's not worth it.
There's a 2-for-1 sale on skinny jeans.
It's totally worth it.
If I don't make it, I want you to have my 15% off loyalty card.
Don't you say that. You're gonna be fine. But I will keep this.
Yeah, okay.
You there, Adam?
Roger that, Gold Leader.
Okay, now whatever you do, avoid his gaze. Also, love the name Gold Leader. Let's make that a thing.
Copy that. Hey, I think I'm gonna make it. I see the entrance. It's so close. Excuse me, sir. Can I interest you in a free lotion sample?
Ignore him, Adam. I repeat, do not take the sample.
But it's free.
Adam, no! He's gone. He's gone.
If you buy 3 boxes, you get a free loofah.
I love that video. If you buy 3 boxes, you get a free loofah. Hey, the whole purpose of that video, though, is there's one line in there that is awesome. It says, it's kiosk Darwinism. The more useless the product, the more aggressive the salesman. I love that line because there's a lot of truth behind that. How many of you guys have ever sold something? And I've done the exact same thing. Have you ever sold something, though, and at the end, you kind of feel like you had to convince them the whole way? This is why, okay? It's because of everything we're going through right here. I don't want that feeling. That feeling is terrible. I want to be able to serve the customer and solve a lot of problems for them. But a lot of times when we don't feel like it's something that really fits their needs and it's not really actually solving a problem, we go into convincing mode and we feel a little bit of dirty feeling afterwards, okay? Sales is the most prestigious career on the planet, in my very strong opinion, okay? Everybody in here is in sales. And the issue is, if you can't own it and say like, well, every time I sell, I feel dirty, that's gonna be a short road. Okay, it's gonna be. I am a salesman. Or saleswoman. Woo! Okay. Hey, and the reality is, like, this is an amazing field to be in, where you actually control and write your own check. Okay, but how do we do this without making people feel gotcha? Because I don't want to do that. I'm not in that game. Okay, the great book. Some of you guys have said, there's so many books I have to read after day one. Holy cow! How many of you guys have ever read the book Rework? Great book, right? In that book, Rework, it talks about the core of a business, the core of a product, and it uses the analogy of a hot dog stand. Okay, it says, if you're opening a hot dog stand, you could worry about the condiments, the cart, the name, the decorations, everything else taught in college about what a business is. But the first thing you should worry about is the hot dog. The hot dogs are the epicenter. A hot dog stand isn't a hot dog stand without the hot dogs, obviously. But a lot of times what happens is like, well, what kind of relish will you have? not a viable business. You know what I mean? And we get sidetracked on what the core of our product and the core of our business really is. It's why it's called your core offer. It actually comes from this. So the purpose of what we're creating here today and the value ladder that I'm hoping that you're going to go create here is the core of your entire business. What's the core of all of it that drives everything? What do you think the number is that ClickFunnels watches to know if their business is growing? ClickFunnels members, right? Yeah. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. When people are like, well, Stephen, how do you know that your business is growing? Like, Secret MLM Hacks buyers, One Funnel Away purchasers, OfferLab students, right? Those are the numbers I'm looking at. And unless you know what that number is or the one you should be looking at, you get distracted easy. You start looking at the hot dog bun. You know what I mean? Okay, that's the whole point and purpose of that. So there's two things that I hear about creating an offer the most frequent, and it is, Stephen, what should go in the offer? Now, have we gone through some things that you could think through or imagine going into your core offer today? Tons, right? So we're going to go through that. I love this quote from Steve Jobs, though. He says, you can't just ask customers what they want and try to give it to them. By the time you build it, they'll want something new. Right? Do you think Henry Ford, do you think people knew to ask for a car? He's like, what does he say? If I would have listened to people, I would have built a faster horse, right? That's what he says. So there's a balance here of what we're going to play between, I got to listen to the market because they're the ones buying it, but I also need to stay in the prolific zone as the entrepreneur, okay? Because they're not going to know to ask for the iPhone. They're not going to know to ask for ClickFunnels or a car, okay? And so there's kind of this balance we play back and forth. And so one of the easiest ways to create an offer ever. Now, how many of you guys have an offer of your own? Nice. That's like half the room. That's awesome. Cool. This is the easiest question you can ask yourself to create the offer, which is, how can I solve more for the customer? How can I solve more for the customer? Did you guys like the core problem planner? Yes. It's pretty cool, huh? That has been one of my secret weapons. It's just ranking problems and what they'll pay me if I solve it, and how valuable it'll be to the customer if I solve it. Okay. So the first thing I ask is, okay, here's my main product. Plus, what could I add in here? Now, a lot of what this comes from is very much the Expert Secrets model of creating an offer, but there's more ways. That's what I want to share with you guys here. The first way, let's go through the Expert Secrets model of creating an offer. The first thing I'm going to go do is say, well, how can I solve more? Well, I could have a main product and then add in another product that solves follow-up problems. Remember we did that with the energy drink here, right? I mean, how can I solve more with another product? And then I'm going to add another one, right? And then I'm going to add another one. What's one of the challenges of doing it this way? Run out of problems. What's that?
Might just be noise.
Might just be noise. Maybe not actual issues that you're solving.
Too complex.
Was that?
Too complex.
Yeah. It gets a little bit complex sometimes.
Variety and novelties the same is more valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, variety, a lot of things. You get more value from it for sure. Yeah.
I'd say your customer might not see the value in all those things because they haven't realized the problem.
Yeah, right? They may not see the value of all the things on there. And these are all solved by having an awesome sales message that sets up the value, lets them know what the value is of all of it. Actually, so I'm actually going to walk through an example here. Okay, and let's actually take an example of socks. What are all the issues? What are the problems with socks? Let's say you're going to sell socks. Okay, they're going to stink. What else?
When you lose one sock.
Yeah, when you lose one sock.
Pants don't match.
Yeah, they don't match. They don't match. Holes. Quit. The socks are quitters. I give up. Tired of hanging on to you.
You lose them in your washing machine.
You lose them. Coordination. Yeah, they don't match.
They sink into your shoe and get wrapped around your toes.
Yeah, okay. That's extremely graphic there. Yeah. Sink into your shoe and wrap around your toes. But no, I get it though. Yeah. Just teasing. I don't know how to write that. We'll call it bunch up, which I do hate. They stretch. They slouch, stretch, bunch up. Now we're focusing on the sock here. What other questions might someone have though around socks?
Why do I need them?
How do I put them on? Someone might not, yeah. Why do I need it? Why do I need the socks? Why do I need your socks? They're actually, another Shark Tank reference. I didn't realize how much I watched that show. This guy stands up and he's like, I've solved a problem that we've all had forever. Instead of selling two socks to every pair, I'm gonna give 3 socks in every set. And they were like, that's not valuable enough for us to invest in. He's like, what are you talking about? Everyone has the issue. They're like, yeah, we know, but the sock company will just print another sock and you're out of business, right? If that becomes a viable thing. Okay, so anyway, yeah, why do I need the socks? What's that? What do I wear it with? The fashion part of it, definitely. Are they warm enough?
How do I care for my socks?
How do I care for the socks? Definitely. You guys are awesome. Okay. Now let's think about this. Well, how can we solve more for the customer? We're gonna sell a pair of socks. Now we did this with tape. Russell and I, we made a tape funnel. Anyone see the FiberFix funnel? Yeah, the first thing we did, it was with tape, literally. And they created a whole video around tape. It was a special kind of tape that repaired stuff. And what we literally did was thought through, like, what else can we give them around tape? Like, well, more tape, you know? And we sold them. It was a really interesting offer. And we ended up, actually, it'd be cool to have a case study up here. So they came to us, and they'd spent, everyone know the Harmon Brothers? They actually use a lot of the Studio C people that I was just sharing with you on there. The Harmon Brothers, do you know how much they charge? $500,000. They charge $500,000 for a video. And so FiberFix came in and they said, hey, we spent a lot of cash. It's not really selling, right? How do we sell it? And what they were doing, they were selling off Shopify. And there's nothing wrong with Shopify. But on Shopify's blog, it says the Shopify stores that make the most money put a funnel in front of it. And they specifically named ClickFunnels on their blog saying the best people put this in. It's very funny. Anyway, which is cool. So we came to them and they said, well, hey, they came to us. We're like, well, let's put a funnel in it. And what we did is we created an offer around tape. And we had a chance to look at those numbers about a year after that project. And what do you think Shopify's average cart value was? It was still like a $25 product. $25. They could only buy one, right? They also were selling it on Amazon, and we had those numbers. What do you think the average cart value? It's $25. Through ClickFunnels, it was like $72. I mean, it was literally like almost three times the amount of revenue. And we were like, whoa, check it out, the funnel works, you know? And it was really cool. And what it allowed them to do is spend more money in ads than their competitors to acquire a customer. Everyone else, any other platform, they could only spend $25 to acquire a customer. But if you use ClickFunnels, they could spend $72 or something like that. You know how much money that, right now we spend $120 to sometimes $200 to acquire one Secret Everlong Hacks buyer. It's a $1,000 product. Do you think you need to spend $72 in ads to sell a $25 thing? Probably not, right? And suddenly, they're back in profitability. And that's the power of this, of what we're talking about with it. But we made an offer with tape. Now, what are some of the things, what are the ones on here that you think would be the most valuable to the customer? Stink probably would be up there. Boom, so let's talk on that one. Lose it, match, the bunch up the quitters. I'm gonna hit the fashion one because they have an idea of that world already, which means we can take advantage of that. The care, let's definitely hit that. Let's go with, let's go with those 3. How could we solve the problem of they stink? Certain kind of material, different deodorizers, special cleaning side. You know what would be interesting is what if we tossed in like a, those Those pod things. That'd be kind of cool. Those oh my gosh, laundry detergent pods. Tide Pod, thank you. Okay, that'd be cool if we tossed one of the Tide Pods in there. Hey, so it's made out of a certain kind of material, but you're also going to get with it a Tide Pod thing. Did you say that? Why is that so hard for me? Anyway, okay, so we're going to go in and we're going to give you this cool material, plus you're going to get this special kind of detergent that will help you clean it as well. Oh, thank you. Now, in the customer's mind, do they still have stinky feet? No. They might actually, though. Okay, this is a big thing to understand with your offers. If I'm going to go, and this is the first time we started learning this, if I'm going to go and I'm going to create a product around six-pack abs for $27, and I'm creating, and I go buy the product, in my mind, I now have six-pack abs, right? On the next page, I can't sell anything about getting six-pack abs anymore because I've solved it for the customer. Why would I buy that? I just bought a six-pack ab. I have six-pack abs. Buyer psychology is really interesting like that, okay? I've solved that problem. Now what we need to do is make sure that the things inside the offer don't cannibalize each other like that. They need to be very separated out. That's why I chose these things on there. Stink, very different than fashion, very different than care. Well, those two might be a little bit similar, but maybe a little bit, all right. Yeah, let's go with bunch of things. Let's go with the warm. Let's say we're gonna sell it to Coloradans, Idahoans. 100 degrees are okay. Sell to the people in Vail. Okay. All right. So let's not, dang it, let's not go with this. We're not gonna go with the care thing. But let's go ahead and let's say, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna toss in a certain kind of, you know what, we're actually, be cool, you could probably sell, hey, certain detergent, hey Tide, would you like to toss in a sample into our thing? It only costs you 50 cents per, something like that. You probably could get space on there for, anyway. But then use it as part of the offer. Fashion, how could we solve the fashion piece?
Give them 2 more pairs of other colors.
Yeah, give them some more colors, give them a few more, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty simple when you start moving forward on, from this angle of it. How can I solve more and make it more awesome? You know what would be kind of cool is to have, like, what if we had 3 different, might be weird, but it probably would. Anyone want to go do this afterwards with me? Okay. There's 3 different foot profiles. And here's how you know, and this fashion person who looks way better than you do is going to look at your foot and say, this sock, that sock. They give you a little anyway, self-driven fashion diagnosis, right? That'd be kind of interesting. It's a little video course walking people through. You look good. Or you ugly. Okay. Right? And they're going to tell you that sock looks good on you, that sock doesn't. Right?
How about choose your print?
Yeah, choose your print. Yeah, it might be another way around it. Warm. Are they warm? We're going to give you an extra pair of winter ones. And by the way, here's the type of sock material that does really well in summer, so it's not too hot. And here's the other kind that is really good in winter because it needs to be warmer. So we could toss another pair right there. Anyway, I think the principle's there. You guys getting that though?
Yeah.
How would I do this if I was in like a B2B space? Let's say I'm an agency. Hey, how many of you guys have an agency here? Nice. Okay, how would I do it as an agency? Same process. This is what I was doing with like that insurance company a while ago. Selling insurance. No disrespect. That is like the most boring topic on the planet to sell, right? And we can still create a sexy offer around it, right? It doesn't matter. Software. It's funny, I was at an event. I'm looking over the side because I remember where this individual was. And they're sitting over the side. And he goes, how would I apply any of this to software? And Russell was on stage. And I was like, you know that's a software company, right? He's like, but it's not going to work for me. And I was like, oh, Oh gosh, I hate that question, right? And I was like, it's a software company. They just know marketing, right? And I said, are you coachable for a moment? And he goes, yeah. I said, that is 100% a false belief, and you got to break past that or you're not going to sell anything. And he goes, oh, okay. Okay, so you can use it to sell anything. Anyway, alrighty, let's go back to the slides here. Let's go back here. Oh yeah, well this is the socks example. 2 extra pairs. Maybe I'm gonna go interview a foot doctor. How do I know that something's not wrong with my feet? Don't worry about it. We actually included some interviews with a really cool foot doctor to show you, hey, these are the things to look for in your foot. These are things so that you can keep it healthy and whatever, right? Okay, these are the top 10 ways to remove foot odor before it begins, right? Now, what would be the cost for me on providing that? Pretty low. I mean, practically nothing. Maybe a second pair, but even then, like, what's a second pair of socks cost? It's probably like a penny, you know? Anyway.